Welcome to Kickstarter Radio 102.4. I'm your host Lipstickpaddy, and today we're looking at Stationfall. This is one heck of a sci-fi party game gone crazy, and yeah, let me tell you all about this right now. And just to let you know, our narrator is still sick. Should be back on his feet on Monday. Anyway, until then, let's jump to the Kickstarter. Here we are, Stationfall. Now, our editor loves this, and she's backed it. And I said, "Oh, what made you back it? What made you back it?" And she said, "Well, it's a party game." I'm like, "A party game?" She said, "Yeah, a sci-fi party game, but it's like a gaming mondo. It's not Gateway." I'm like, "Oh, okay, let's have a look at it." And yeah, actually, we thought we'd do a video on it as well, because we thought you might want to hear our take on it. So I've got notes from the editor here, and from what I've looked at the two videos that I could get on it, as it's pretty slim on videos. But even so, 2,000, just over 2,000 backers, not bad for the low coverage that it's had in the media. Anyhow, join the intrigue and tension as your space station hurtles towards Earth in this board game of murder, mayhem, blackmail, and betrayal. So there's lots going on here. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you all are on this space station of the future, and all of you are going to learn that you're going to be burnt up into the Earth's atmosphere, and you all need to escape. However, you all have objectives that you need to do before you need to escape, or if escape is actually something that you need to do. And the cards are dealt out in a way that people know if they're going to be like the villains that are going to be trying and sabotaging everything. So it has this massive replayability. It scales from like 1 to 9. Over 20 characters, all asynchronous. It's like, this game's crazy. Now, Iron Game Design are like specialists in sci-fi games, and this is really a sci-fi game that's come outside the box, shall we say. Now, the board that you can see here on the left is all the rooms you can go to. On the right here, we can see these cards here. These represent characters in play, but nobody knows the character you're playing. That's kind of a secret. This can be declared at any time during the match, so you might want to declare who you are and stuff like that. Because how it works is it's almost like a worker placement, where you put in your action cubes with the people on the ship. So if you put a work cube on the engineer, you're kind of saying, I want to use the engineer this turn to help me do whatever I need to do in this room over here. So now that engineer, though, might have a card that says, I need to do something to stop you, though, or something like this. So everyone's going to have objectives where they're not necessarily going to help you, and they'll kind of sabotage the work when they're doing it with you. So it's kind of this hidden role craziness going on here. Now, they've got some interesting add-ons here. They say they've got 27 minis. 27 as an add-on. This is for the 27 characters. But that sounds really cool. Also, when you put in action cubes out on these characters, you can put an action cube on your character here as well to use one of your own abilities. So, you don't know who's who. Just because you're not picking a character doesn't mean you're not that character. Anyhow, so 27 minutes for $35 as an add-on is actually good value. The neoprene mat is much appreciated also. They're doing this free mini. It's like an add-on pledge, and it's pretty much booked out. What's going on here? yeah, it's kind of all gone. But I'm pretty sure this will come as an add-on, maybe a $5 add-on. It's not a biggie, really, to add this thing in, but... so yeah, it's going to have that party crazy stuff happening with all this. I laughed, I cried, I cussed more than once. The stories that came out of this game are memorable, and I can see myself playing Stationfall over and over. So the things you can do is reveal the character you are, put influence, or you want to kind of, like I said, work with a character. You want that character to do something. Activate something in a room, renegotiate an action, something that's going on, or resolve something. These actions though, moving between the stations, going to the rooms, you can sabotage them, or you can perform actions here. The examples here are to work on the consoles, to turn cameras on and off, manufacture something, or decontaminate a tank. Sabotages like damage the fuel cells and all stuff like that. Persuade people to give stuff or rob items, throw stuff, watch out for fire bombs. Like, the amount of interaction and unique things that can happen in the round is pretty extreme. Stations full of traps and hazards, and yeah, it says 1 of 8 secret Project X experiments will cause further mayhem if they get released. So this is like, you're only going to have, I think, 1 of these per playthrough, just to add more mix up. One of them could be this alien. Comes out. Now it says, you can see the troubleshooter here, the card. She is a robo-populist, so she loves robots, I guess. Does that mean she's popular with robots? She... Talk them through it, it says. She's a tunnel rat, so she can step through vents, and she's a jury rig, so she can repair stuff. And she gets, like it says here, bonus points for each NPC that gets back to Earth, extra 2 victory points for each robot NPC that gets to Earth, and she's going to get 2 victory points if troubleshooter what Earth. Lots of like symbology here, but it's pretty simple to read out though. You can see as well on the right of her card here, she's got like slots here to put tools on her bag as well. So yeah, fairly interesting. So this is going to be, I think you're given 2 of these and you pick one of the 2. So you definitely know one character's not playing. And yeah, there's a huge roster, including this rat that's telepathic, obviously the chimp running around. There's a cyborg guy. Looks like there's like an inspector. It's like an interesting roster of characters, it really is. Troubleshooter, engineer, astro chimp, medical officer. Just showing you a bit of the minis. Personally though, I would have come in on this project at the $1 pledge, just because of really want to see more videos, want to see how the minis turn out, want to see, because the art's not final yet, I want to see the final stuff. So I would have jumped in on a $1 pledge, I think it is, yeah. But yeah, December it's coming, yeah. We'll look at the FAQ briefly as we go through it. Now, get ready for this, because this is where it's not like a gateway party game. Because when you come down here, character dossiers, character information book. What is this? Is it giving people a role when do they get to get a dossier of their character so they can role play? I don't know what this is. These are all the characters that can be played. Like I said, you put an influence on them so they can do stuff in rooms and stuff. And if you've got all those minis, you can actually put those actual miniature of the person on that room in the space station. So I think that's basically where the game is supposed to be at, with the minis all around and stuff. So this is the card you will see. This is the card everybody else will see. And if you look to the circles to the left and right of these cards, you get to see which starting things each of these characters get. Like the Colonel. If you look at the Colonel, he's got like gun stuff with him. And the Station Chief on the right, that's the other person with like the big green gun. And yeah, you'll notice this kind of thing if you look around them. There's the Project X cards. Now, it's funny because if we look here, you've only got like the hero image. You've only really got the station, which I think looks cool. But there's not really that much art knocking about, is there much? I don't know. But the amount of components you get, these are going to be wood. 29 character pawns. These are going to be a lot of these. So one for each of the characters. So these are specific to you. Player disc, player influence, cubes. These are for the 9 players. You're going to pick a colour that represents you. So each person's going to get a time disc, influence cubes, guilty marker, and activation base. So you get one of them of each colour. Then there's a whole bunch of universal tokens. Then you've got these kind of special cards. I think these green icons here are like working art. Because why not get the artist to work on some of this stuff? I can't imagine that's final art. Come on. And you can construct stuff in the game. Like the cargo claw tile here, this is something you can construct to make the board change. And it looks like the shredder room, you can make that too. Maybe the medevac pod is something you can make too. I don't really know, but these kind of big green cards, I hope that they are work in progress. Even though it looks like a lot here, you just got to remember it's one colour per each player, and it says 26 of these folders. That's just the players. The NPCs are players. Now it says 64 for the base, which is only $5 off retail. You've got to factor in the shipping though, because if Stationfall comes to Amazon, you're going to get free shipping, and I bet you it's cheaper than $69. That's going to be a little bit of a worry if you're coming in at that. However, next one down, where you're coming in with the minis, doesn't look like that's going to be offered anytime soon. And you can get the playmat. That's going to be your bag, isn't it? And after a quick chat with the editor, she said that she's bang on for the consort, and she was in it early anyway, so she got the limited pack thingy. But I'm 100% certain that they're going to offer that as in the pledge manager. I mean, why wouldn't you? It's you know, people are going to buy it, aren't they? All right. I like the character of the Station Chief here. It shows a few of these characters off as you go down. Station Chief leaves no one behind, and on her card it says she will go down with the ship. There's loads of these nice quotes. I won't read them. I mean, you can pop here yourself. They always put the Kickstarter description in the whatnot. Now, you've got a couple of videos that pops up here. That's all we've really got. They didn't really stretch out there, get it. And I think it could have been bigger if the awareness was better out there. But hey, you know, they did manage to pledge and all, get through it and all that stuff. Now the rest of the world for the all-in, you know, 60 to 65. I really hope that goes down for the editor's sake here. She's only recently got into the concept of paying high shipping prices for Mexico. But just to give you an idea, $65 was like the shipping for Midara to Mexico, and that's like a 10-kilogram box. So shipping to Mexico is generally around $30 unless it's via Amazon, and that comes free. So I don't know why these companies that are based in the US just don't get Kickstarters sent to them and then ship it via Amazon. or UPS, the shipping company. That's what Madara uses to ship to Mexico. I'm only saying that because it's like recent. I got my shipping notice for Madara in the mail when I got back from holiday, which was a beautiful thing to see in my mailbox. Now, why back on Kickstarter? Doesn't really mention minis. Are they going to sell a mini box, or are they going to sell the mat separately? Yeah, where are the stretch goals? Where are they? I think that's a concept of, this was generally going to go to Gen Con and it was going to go retail, but why wouldn't you want to stick something on Kickstarter just to get some coverage of it anyway? Because when it goes to Gen Con, it'll be kind of popular. And props to them, they brought a minis and they brought out the mat. So yeah, it's gone beyond a retail game on this Kickstarter. Now, the $1 pledge is what I highly recommend, especially with the shipping. The shipping might, actual shipping, you're not going to know at all. And often when you tell a Kickstarter, like I'm saying, are you shipping to my country? They just say, try and find somebody in the US that can ship it to you. And it's like, can you not ship it to the... Can you not do it? Quick story, Madara 1.0, when it delivered from China to your house, and the boxes were damaged. The company Subcus, dear me, Publishing, they learnt that. They got all the boxes shipped to the US and they boxed them all together, even though it was a pain in the backside, making sure that none of the boxes got delivered for the 1.5, and that is what you want to do. And they are like an indie team, but they care so much for their project. So at the end of the day, peeps, if your shipping can get cheap, your shipping can get cheaper if you do all the shipping yourself. And is it going to be so hard to sort out 2,000 boxes? I don't know. I definitely feel though that there should be like this Kickstarter union that can help all these Kickstarters with their shipping, because I know if you go on to what's it called, not Kickstarter, the other one, GameFound, they actually give you shipping prices from different things, so they're like a mini union, but they need one for Kickstarter. And a lot of the companies can put information in, because I know Lucky Duck Gaming, they do fantastic worldwide shipping, and some Kickstarters are using Lucky Duck as distributors, so hey. Anyway, Stationfall, looking like a very interesting party game, or really hidden role game with lots of interactions you can be doing, some fantastic character design, unbelievable replayability. It's got the sci-fi theme, which is fun, especially the ship, the station going down, that's kind of fun. The title itself and the box art looks phenomenal, doesn't it? Station falling. And just the amount of detail in the actions, like to murder someone, to create mayhem on the station, to blackmail a character, even betray a friend. So it's got a lot of goodness in it. And it's like a 90-minute game, so all fun, because it's gonna burn up in 90 minutes. So are you gonna be on the clock with this game? I would have liked an app that counts down the 90 minutes of the game with kind of events happening. That would have been nice. Or the ship announcing stuff like, the ship will self-destruct, or the ship will burn up in 45 minutes. That'd be kind of cool. I like kind of clock down stuff. Anyway, Stationfall, there you go. It has been backed by one of us here at Kickstarter Radio. I'm actually really excited to play it when it comes, but if you want my opinion, I'd $1 it just to see all the mini quality, just to check the final shipping, and see how it turns out with the final art and all that good stuff. But anyway, it depends if you're crazy for this type of game, right? Because if you like my editor, she went in for the whole pledge, and I have no problem with people going in on the whole pledge, but yeah, do what you will. There's no stretch goals here, so there's no no real value in going all in. Especially when the Alien Mini has the limited pledges that you could have of it have all soaked up. But I'm guessing it's going to be available in the pledge at Pledge Manager. There you go, Stationfall, looking really cool. Part of some great games we've covered this week on Kickstarter. Because when we got back from holiday, we had to really thin our collection out to get the greatest ones that we thought needed showing on the channel. So there we go, Stationfall. Absolutely phenomenal party game. They've not written party game at the top, but she sees it as party game, where so much fun can be had, and even if you don't win it, there's going to be a lot of laughing and all that jazz happening around the table, and it's got a good table presence at that. So Stationfall, looking phenomenal. And hopefully you'll have time to back this game before it runs out. So yeah, I've been your host, Lipstickpaddy. You've been listening to Kickstarter Radio 102.4. You take care, stay safe, and bye-bye for now.